Here we go again. So we're at the client's house. He called saying that there was a water coming out from the side, and as you can see there's a big crack on the valve, and it's been leaking for a while, as you can see with all the tarnish. And then also finally this bonnet and poppet broke out of here, and I checked everywhere else and there are no cracks. So what I'm planning on is changing that out and then replacing this with brand new bonnet and poppet and pressurize it. So one thing interesting is that this house has a lot of these things. I forget what the name was called. There's two of them. So first thing I'm gonna do is take that portion off, twist that off, and then take that one off. We'll go from there. Okay, took the shark bite off. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and attempt to remove the shut-off valve, this one, and then clean up the threads, put a new one in, clean up the threads real good on this side, and then apply new Teflon tape and put everything back together. See you soon. Okay, so water was still on, so I had to go and shut it off, and after that I did go ahead and put a new 3/4 inch valve, and I turned the water on again, and when I turn it on, I'm sure water will be squirting out there like crazy. Oops. Okay, so I'm ready for the next step. Okay, I got the vacuum breaker on, so I'm just rotating it after I of course Tefloned it. And then one thing to watch out for is this 3/4 inch copper pipe. You need to make sure that they do not bend, or you'll make the job a lot harder trying to fix that. So what I usually do is put a wrench here and another wrench up here, and then I'll turn the upper portion of it to maybe a couple more turns from where it is right now, and then I'll usually stop just past this point, and then I'll mount the rest of the shut-off valve onto here, and then I'll make a complete turn, and then I'll mate with this, and there will be the end of that. Okay, both valves are in. This one was the original position. I usually like this to be at the front, but I didn't want to mess around with the threading here anymore than necessary. And I put the bonnet and poppet. I made sure I use the grease on the o-ring that's in there, and then I'm just gonna hand tighten this baby to make sure the o-rings are seated properly. Just kind of taking a look. Hand tightening only. You don't have to use channel lock or anything. Okay, alrighty, so it's ready, looks like, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn the water on, but I'm gonna go ahead and shut that valve off, so water will only contain from here to this area. Looks like the test cock or the bleeder or the blowout, however you want to call it, is all ready to go. Alright, let's go ahead and turn it on slowly. Okay, it's seated nicely, so there are no leak, which is good. Just make sure there are no leak at all. Next, I'm going to go ahead and remove the protective cover, remove the nut, and then I put it back on there, and we're ready to test the system out. Okay, so the vacuum breaker is all set and fixed. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this valve on to make sure there's no leakage around the shark bites, and then that one will lead all the way to the ground and then comes out to this side right here. And by the look of it, they are all, you know, operating setup. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the water on right here slowly. I can hear the water running into the system, and as you can see or hear that there's no water running anymore because it's very quiet. What does that tell you? Means there are no leakage, or the sprinkler valve is not running at this time, which is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up and go to the garage and use the sprinkler timer or the controller and run each of the 6 zones the client has. We'll see you over there.